Alright, yo, I'm back. This is actually my second time recording this. Let me turn this flashlight off. I'm currently at a park. I'm not walking the trail right now, but I'm sitting in my sitting on my park blanket. um, Actually, let me show you. That's my watermelon right there. I got some fruit in my bag. Watermelon and a cantaloupe. Probably might not finish it, but yeah. Um, and I started this video because I have some stuff on my mind. I want to share, a section or a sector of my life again. And let me move it around more so y'all can kind of see where I am. The video, the camera makes it seem darker than it really is. It's not this dark. um, what I'm about to share is it's going to sashay between two sides. One side being maybe the resentment or the reality of my experience, and the other side being me being content and aware of my present blessings. For starters, today is my grandma's birthday on my mom's side. She would have been 84 today. She passed from breast cancer. I have two photos. No, wait. Three. She had three photos with her. One when I was a newborn. Another one when I was probably like 2. And the last one when I think I was like 3, shortly before she had passed. And looking at the photos, I could tell she really loved me. I have a few memories with her when I was, younger. She used to call me Applejack because I like Applejacks. I liked them a lot at that time. I don't like them as much now, but back then I loved them. And she used to always make me red beans and rice. No meat, just beans and rice. She used to play the piano. She loved carrots. Maybe that's why I love carrot juice. I was her first grandchild. And happy birthday to her, of course. Excuse me. My bad. I love you. But she knows my heart. And another reason why I want to do this video is because I wanted to apologize to myself I thought about titling this video Allowance. I I'm getting all what they say, emotional. I have allowed a lot of stuff to really not just enter my life, but really penetrate the deepest parts of me. And I allowed it to feed or reawaken the darkest side of me. Because we obviously, all of us obviously have a dark side. I was a hair trigger away from trying to prove I'm not someone to be fucked with, trying to prove, I guess, some sort of macho-ness. And that's the lower level. The best you can really do is just defend yourself. The lower you get is when, you start to actually want to harm people with your words, physically, whatever, psychologically, whatever. And I've gotten to those points within the past 3 years. People will think that I'm hard on people or I'm hard on them, but they don't really take into account how hard I am on myself, and how I guess all I really want is respect. And I guess I kind of wanted what I didn't really give myself, or I gave it to other people, and they didn't really. I'm not even gonna say didn't really. They didn't. That's it. Cut straight to it. They didn't give it to me. And here is, I guess, the lower side of how I've been feeling. Sometimes people will come into your life simply because they see, feel, and know who you are and what you can do. And in this world, I feel like a good freaking 99.9% of people's motives is based off of getting what they want. And you might be something or someone, or you could do something that someone wants. Don't even try to think about the bigger picture or think about your humanity. Think about your core, your soul, what can hurt you. Don't even think about that. It's all in the moment. And sometimes it's just, experience over truth. Sometimes people just want the experience. They don't want to hear the truth about shit. Some people just want to experience you. And when people don't want to accept the truth, they simply come into your life to break you down. You build yourself up for a long period of time. You went through your trials and tribulations, your traumas, your struggles. They come into your life, see what you've manifested, see an exalted version of you, and they want to just break you down. They crave that more than anything, I promise you. Because when it's all said and done, when you finally had enough, or you kind of try to practice, some type of detachment, so those wounds can possibly heal. Those same people will go straight back into how they were before. While you try to build them up and love them, like I said, they're breaking you down. And there's always some sort of excuses behind what they do. Some excuses is comedy, some excuses is traumas, some excuses is, oh, I didn't know, or I wasn't aware. Some excuses are, well, it's not even an excuse. More like another tactic is purposeful naivete. Playing naive into situations just for the experience. But I'll tell you one thing about, and this is another thing I've been learning too. Motherfuckers ain't delusional. There's no delusion in this conscious state. It's only manipulation. And I didn't spend so much time being the very empathetic, sympathetic person to the point where it's like, shit, this is fucking pathetic, I'm pathetic. I look pathetic. I feel pathetic. All in the name of quote unquote love. Within the past, shit, let me think. I'll say within the past 13 years. No. Within the past Yeah, 14 years. I've cried. I said about 4 times, uh, 4 or 5 times. One was when my grandpa passed. My grandpa on my dad's side. Well, he was like grandpa by marriage. He had passed. Another time was a realization that a relationship wouldn't work out. For many reasons. Um, Another time was kind of the same, a similar scenario. And the last time was it was earlier this year. I realized some things about someone, and it just hurt because I really I guess did things in the name of love, and I feel like my grandma knows that. You know that saying these days, the red flags, right? Flying in the air, and I just pulled them down, just stepped all over them. Woohoo! Honorable me, haha. It's like that's the type of shit that really teaches you. Excuse me. It teaches you about innocence and being naive. When I think of innocence, obviously you think of children and angels. I believe in angels. Angels having having a natural innocence to them, but they're not naive. But like I said earlier, naivete. Um, Man, I can't even form a sentence right now. Just thinking about stuff, and I'm done. I am not going to idealize my past. That idealism has harmed me too much. Because what is what's the point? You know, you before certain shit, you know, before I allowed certain things, I was optimizing myself, right? Like my body was good, my spirit, and despite the me functioning, functioning, what the hell was that? Me functioning with, you know, I guess depression, right, or a certain form of it. I I think I was still healthier. I've had certain moments with people where, obviously I was furious, or like incredible depths where, I lost a friend of mine, and I was obviously very sad. But that sadness that sadness was infused with like some sort of uh, holistic anger. Obviously not like expressed towards people, but internally, and it was in what I wrote. That you get into something that you really hope is is pure, and then as time goes on, you get messages from the divine, like I did in my dreams, or just sitting down listening to shit. All the messages telling me no, to stop, to not be so understanding, and you know. And I remember one time I was like, the future is going to be, the future is going to be riddled with more apologies as time progresses. And there I was speaking ahead of time. Now I just hear more apologies and people asking for forgiveness.